Let's kickstart this while I wait for the bus that I can actually see coming. I have got a copy of Anxious People by Frederick Backman here with me while I am on the way to a fairground for the evening. I'm going to read that on the bus that's just about to turn up. Today was my first day back at work after 2 weeks of holidays, and luckily I just about remembered how to turn my laptop on and do my job. For the evening, I have got everything planned out. I'm going to make a massaman curry. Come and watch if you want to. I'm also going to read more of Anxious People, helped out by the reading sprints, like the kickoff reading sprints for Mixtape-a-thon, which is run by Lianne, Charlotte, Jean, and Victoria. I think I've gotten everybody. There were some sprints for Ping Pong-a-thon to kick that off. There were some of those on Krystal's channel earlier on today, but because I was in work, I basically showed my face for 20 minutes and then had to leave. So I got none of this read between then, but I've got the whole evening ahead of me. I've got nothing to do for the evening except have a shower and cook food. And after that, I'm just going to sit down on that chair over there and read as much of this as possible. Having a balcony has revolutionized my entire life. I never leave here. It's been a week since I told you. This is upside down. It's been a week since I told you about this book. The main reason that I haven't told you about it in a week is because I have been so busy over the last while that today is basically the only chance that I've gotten to sit down and get any reading done. But right now I'm on page 224 and it's really starting to heat up, which you would hope to 200 pages in. I'm still no closer to finding out who the bank robber is, but you are starting to discover a lot about the psyche of some of the hostages that are in the room. There is a same-sex couple, one of whom is pregnant. There is a husband and wife, one of whom is having an affair. There is a kind of well-to-do... If you think about the kind of socialite person, think of a socialite in your mind, that's who we're thinking about. There's one of those. There's kind of every cross-section of humanity inside in this room. And then, of course, there's also the two police officers who are investigating the case who happen to be father and son as well. And there is such an interesting work dynamic between the two of them. Kind of like a power struggle, power balance situation. I'm going to park myself either here or when it starts to get cold and starts to get dark on my reading chair. I'm going to finish as much more of this as I can. I really would love to be finished it. If not this evening, then by tomorrow, because I am hopping onto sprints with Charr from Thoroughly Enjoyed Books. I'm going to be hopping onto sprints with her tomorrow morning. And I have this much left of the narrative of this book, which feels really, really doable. I feel like I can get this finished in an evening. If I really set my mind to it, I feel like I could have this finished before bedtime, because right now it's 7:15. Thank you to Sprints from Michelle and Lexie. I am on page about 112 of Hang the Moon, and something has come up in my head about 3 or 4 times now. I actually associate with Annie, who is the main character here, far more than I have any other main character that I've read recently. One thing that Annie has said that she feels as a single person is that she is fine with her own company, completely happy being single, but misses having a person. And that is definitely something that I understand, because when something happens in your life, naturally you want to tell somebody, but you don't know who to tell. You might not have that immediate automatic, this is the person I'm going to tell this news to, and not being in a relationship kind of takes that away from you. Like, obviously I have friends who I can tell my news to, and they will always be delighted for me and they will always be happy for me, but knowing that if they got similar news, or if they got news of any description, the first person that they're going to tell is their partner. And I don't have that kind of relationship with somebody, so that is definitely something that I connected with. And then something else that I've literally just read and that really resonated with me, and I'm even going to read out the exact line to you. Annie just wished she'd call sometimes, instead of Annie being the one to initiate 9 times out of 10. That was all. That is also something that resonated with me, because I feel like I have 2 categories of friends, and maybe this is something that other people have, maybe this is just a me thing, maybe it's just something that I've just noticed, maybe it's more prevalent with other people, I don't know. But I feel like I have 2 categories of people. I hear from them, they hear from me. And it's got nothing to do with news, it's got nothing to do with things that you need to share with somebody, it's just people who would message you randomly on a Tuesday with a thought that's in their head. Or people who will check in with you to say this thing. I've got the people who I do that to, and the people that do that to me. And there is a small little bit of crossover. There is a small little bit of, we tennis ball it back and forth. But I would say that that's probably with 2 people. And I don't know if that's a me thing, or if that's something everybody experiences now and then. But I would be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments. Spoke about this and posted it on Instagram, but if I ever again hear the words, "You are the Obi-Wan Kenobi of oral," I'm gonna flip a fucking table. Other than that, this is a very enjoyable book so far. I am on page 237, chapter 16. We've just had the big sex scene. It was good. Apart from that one line, it was actually pretty enjoyable. I really want to get this finished by the time I go to bed. It's just coming on to 25 to 10. I will probably read for another hour, sit back on my chair. I might have some BookTube on in the background, some like ambient sounds on the background, I'm not sure. But I have this much of the book left to go. What is it? Just under 100 pages? No, just over 100 pages. Sorry, I can't maths. I have about 130 pages left of it. And that could be possible by about 11:15, I would say. If I do get that finished, I would like to then move on to China Rich Girlfriend. And this is going to hit the prompt for different culture in the Pig Pongathon, where it's obviously set in a different culture to the one that I grew up in, or the one that I live in now, because this book is set in Singapore. It is the second book in the Crazy Rich Asians series. I have read the first one, but I read it about 3 years ago. I don't think I necessarily need a brand new reminder of it already. I'm kind of familiar with the story because I watched the film about 3 or 4 months ago. So I think I'm okay to just pick this one up and get going. Mosquito bites on my body, one of which you can see right here. But let's update you on reading. It is Sunday morning, the 14th of August. I am about 200 pages into China Rich Girlfriend, and I have to say I genuinely am really enjoying this. It is just as good, I would say, as the first book. It's got just as much intrigue. It has got just as much kind of characterization. It's got just as much of a really great description of this world that I have no experience of. Whether it's to do with the cultural background of Singapore, whether it's to do with their high wealth lifestyle that I have never lived and will never live in my life. It's such a great insight into how these people live, how these people work, and I really love it. There are some things that I don't love about it. I feel like it's not very heavily set on Nick and Rachel this time, which is something that I miss because I really did love them in the first book. But that said, it's still a really great read. So I'm going to park myself into that chair for the rest of the day and I'm going to finish this book out. And then I don't know where I'm going to go next. All I can tell you is that you will not see me again until my rom-com-a-thon vlog, which is going to be at the end of the month. So myself and Michelle from Michelle's Library are running rom-com-a-thon from the 22nd to the 29th of August. It is a week where we literally just read romance books. There are a couple of bingo prompts. There are going to be a couple of reading sprints. If you are in any way romance book inclined, we would love to see you. I will put my announcement video up here and I'll put the video down into the description as well. If you want to go and check it out and maybe join us for the week, we would love to see you. All that said, I'm gonna go start reading and I'm gonna go and edit this so that you can actually see it tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.